In the first line of the FFA creed is, I believe in the future of agriculture with the faith born not of words but of deeds. And while I do believe in the future of agriculture, and that's something I'm very passionate about, one of the things that was most important to me in that statement was with the faith born not of words but of deeds. And it's the deeds that you act upon, the way you carry out your life, that develop your creed, your character, and your conduct in life.
For over 100 years, 4-H and FFA have been helping the youth of America build their future by preparing students for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success.
I love the animals. I really do.
They teach me a lot of responsibility on how to raise animals, so I love it.
I think that you should join FFA or 4-H because it teaches you leadership and it keeps you busy. And it's a lot of fun.
It was possibly the greatest decision of my life, joining FFA.
I was a very shy kid at Yanis, Texas, over in Wood County. And in a homeroom, they had it during the school then. They said, everybody that wants to be in 4-H, come into the auditorium. And we went in there and paid our dime for dues, and I joined 4-H in 1957.
I signed up just like my older sister did, and we started on projects, raising and showing sheep, participating in leadership programs.
I joined 4-H as a 9-year-old in 3rd grade. The first activity I was involved in as a 4-H'er was raising rabbits.
And then once I entered high school, I enrolled in the FFA program. And from there, my involvement and enjoyment and my passion for agriculture just skyrocketed.
With the help of the Fort Worth Stock Show and the City of Fort Worth, the Fort Worth FFA chapter has seen tremendous growth in a relatively short period of time.
The program has just grown leaps and bounds, just with the help of, also with the Fort Worth Stock Show. And they came in at the very beginning and donated money to build the facility. They lined it up.
When we gathered leaders of the city of Fort Worth and pointed out the fact that there wasn't an FFA chapter within the Fort Worth Independent School District, all the leaders of the community came together and built and got the land and built the incredible facility we're at today.
One thing I'm particularly proud of is that here in Fort Worth, a major metropolitan area, but where the West began, that we have an FFA chapter within our Fort Worth Independent School District. We're right here this morning. This is their gate, and we helped them build it.
I get these students when they're freshmen, they're at the maturing age, where they're getting out of that middle school and don't know what to do and how to act. And I mean, and you get to see them grow and mold into young leaders.
He really molds you into a better person. I know Mr. Davenport has done that for me.
I think the best thing about Davenport is he's always here to help.
He's like my second father to me in many ways, and he takes care of me just as well as my father would.
It's kind of like I'm seeing my own son or daughter graduating high school each year when I have those students that I really seen mature and grow in that aspect where they're ready to just step out on their own. Work it up like that and then kind of just slowly.
What many people don't realize is that 4-H and FFA are more than just animals and agriculture.
We have everything from public speaking to shooting sports. Everybody thinks of it as cows, plows, and sows. They show a lamb. But we have science fairs, we have computer technology, a broad array of opportunities for the young kids.
I lived in the city. I lived practically in downtown Fort Worth. And I joined it not for just because everyone thought I was a farmer or a rancher. I joined because it's a second family to most of us.
Just because you're in this program, you don't have to be a farmer. You don't have to be a vet. You can be in this program just because you love animals.
I like being able to come in touch with these animals. Without this program, I wouldn't be able to show or come in contact with the cattle or ducks like I do.
It's getting the kids back to what agriculture is about. It's showing those kids that are from a city atmosphere, how agriculture works, how it impacts our daily life.
220,000 out there now, maybe about 220,000.
One of those groups supporting the sale of champions is the Fort Worth Businessmen. Founded by Larry White Jr., The Fort Worth Businessmen is a nonprofit 501c3 organization created for the sole purpose of raising money to further the educational and vocational opportunities for future FFA and 4-H endeavors.
Of course, you can't be involved with the stock show without getting involved with the Sale of Champions. That's where the kids that are our future really show up and really show off their work. When I have picked the steer that I'm going to buy and it comes in the sale ring, it's not really the steer himself that I'm interested in. It's the kid that raised him and showed him.
You come out to the Fort Worth Stock Show and you'll see some of the finest young people, not just from across this state, but from across many states. They work hard, they get up early, they know the value of keeping records, of investing, of spending, of sharing, of cooperating. They know respect for an animal, and it gives them an opportunity to meet other young people and to get a scholarship and maybe further their education.
My father and I both went to college on scholarships that we received through a stock show. Without 4-H or FFA, I can say with 100% certainty, my father wouldn't have gone to college. Had he not gone to college, I very likely would not have either.
As a person in the field, it's fun. It's a joy to go to those conferences and conventions where those kids get those scholarships and to see the joy in their eyes and the sense of accomplishment. But as someone who personally received over $20,000 in scholarships through 4-H and FFA programs, I understand the benefit and the value of it. And as a parent now, I can only hope for the same thing for my daughter.
Working hand in hand with the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, the Fort Worth Businessmen has created an organization dedicated to hard work to create a brighter future for these young 4-H and FFA students. Fort Worth Businessmen founder, Larry White Jr.
Fort Worth Businessmen, their goal is to help these kids from 4-H and FFA reach their highest potential via different livestock or going to college. Fort Worth Businessmen is local businessmen and some ranchers. We've got attorneys, bankers, a little bit of everybody involved, is to raise money for the kids. I mean, even our dues last year went to pay for purchasing animals. We've gone from a grand champion, reserve champion to 4 class champions now. So Fort Worth Businessmen, we want to help as many FFA kids and 4-H kids as we can to get top dollar for their animals. Every dollar we can raise higher and above whatever other groups are involved goes directly to the kids, which helps them in the future.
We're building leaders. I mean, those ones, we're preparing them to go out on their own and be leaders and do their best and win at what they're wanting to achieve. So I think we're preparing them to be grand champions.
What impresses me is how focused, serious about what they're doing these kids are. I really think that learning to work with livestock and the responsibilities that go with it teaches these kids how to keep on task, to take responsibility, and you can see it in them.
If you ever worry about the future or worry about the next generation, all you have to do is meet a young FFA young man or young woman in that blue corduroy jacket, and I'm telling you, it'll reinstill your faith into the next generation.
I was fortunate enough to go back to the FFA convention this past summer and to meet with some of those kids who look you in the eye, shake your hand, and you feel proud of the future of agriculture because in the position I am in now, I know I'm not necessarily the future. I'm a part of the industry now. But looking at those kids fill up an auditorium and seeing that that's the future of agriculture, that'll make someone in the industry very proud.
Fort Worth Businessmen, making dreams a reality.